With air as muggy as the tropics and the low tide along Lake Bay smelling like sulfur, Danielle Kilburn, 32 years old, is swelling up again at her Pleasantville home.
So a lot of times with pregnant women, swelling is normal, especially in summer pregnancies. I had none with my daughter. This time around, I am swollen. And like the question they always ask you when you go to the doctor to try and determine, like, is this normal swelling or could you be edging toward preeclampsia, which is a serious complication, is do you wake up with swelling? Do you wake up fine and then you swell throughout the day? And I wake up as swollen as a balloon.
Kilburn, who moved from Colorado last September with a winter rental stay in Ventnor, lives without air conditioning in her rented Atlantic County home shared with her fiance, 2-year-old child, and soon-to-be baby. For anyone without air conditioning, the summer in South Jersey is tough, even this year, where we haven't had much extreme heat.
My biggest fear is like, I've got about a month until I have this baby. And I'm like, I have to find a way to get this house cooled down because it actually could be a matter of life or death.
Being exposed to extreme heat during pregnancy is considered a constant stress for the fetus that may lead to complications both for the mother, such as hypertension or gestational diabetes, and the baby, who can be born with lower birth rate, according to medical research. Also, being too warm while sleeping can increase the risk of sudden infant death syndrome, known as SIDS. On average, 12 nights fail to fall below 75 degrees at Senator Frank S. Farley State Marina in Atlantic City. That is according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. But in the first 30-year climate average period, which runs from 1881 to 1910, that average was only one night. And at Atlantic City International Airport on the mainland, they used to experience 2 nights at or above 75 degrees through the year 2000. However, nowadays, that number is 5. Only 6 New Jersey counties have a higher than 2% per 100,000 people rate of heat-related illness hospitalizations. That's according to the New Jersey Department of Health. Atlantic County, Cape May County, and Cumberland County were 3 of those 6.
I'm a scheduled C-section. So are we going to move that date up, a week or so just to kind of give my body a break? Because there's, I'm a small person. I'm only 5 feet tall. There's only so much that my little body is actually going to be able to handle in terms of like fluid and water weight.
But despite the growing exposure, not everybody can access air conditioning. For many residents in South Jersey, where there are also larger at-risk populations, given a higher risk of low-income families and ailments like diabetes, it's more of a function of affordability.
I appreciate saving money, but I'd rather save it in other ways. Like I'd rather give up having to drive to Philly to go to the pool for a day than have to be swollen 24/7 throughout my pregnancy. Like I definitely wish I had a choice in the sacrifice I made to save the money.
For a few, though, not having air conditioning is a choice. Zach Katzen and Valerie Theo live on a 9th floor apartment on an oceanfront building in Atlantic City.
But I worked at Tropicana for 10 years, and I loved my job, but the summers were really unbearable for me in the air conditioning. Too cold. Oh my God, it would get to my bones. I'd be in there in like a sweater in the middle of the summer.
When the breeze is coming off the ocean, it's as comfortable as it can get. Mm-hmm. But when it's coming from a different direction, it's just stiff. There's no cross breeze, and it's just very hot and stagnant air. It's a multiple shower days, I guess, is how you describe it. It's, depending on how hot it is, it's minimum a 2 shower day. Sometimes it's a 3 to 5 shower day just to cool off.
I think we're really lucky, though. I know that a lot of people don't have the option to not, choose between air conditioning and not.
For the Press of Atlantic City, I'm meteorologist Joe Martucci.